Hey everybody. So it's been a few days since I've put out a video, and I don't want to go too long without making a video. So here we are. And there's been a subject that I've been thinking about over the last few days, and um, it's been more prominent to me because of Jan LeCun and what we're looking at here. And then so Meta AI chief Jan LeCun reportedly leaving the company. LeCun says saying goodbye to Meta AI, and I get asked this question a lot, like, why don't I work for like a big like Facebook or like Meta AI? Like that's a big one, right? Like take like the like $1 million per year or whatever it is, and just do and go that route. And then like to me, there's like a few different reasons overall, right? And then but you see like everyone that is like I mean like that to me like actually just from it what it is like actually like knows what they're doing within the space. They're all every single one of them like every one of them is making the decision to go away from these big companies. And then like when I say that, I mean that very specifically, like that the people that actually know what is going on within this space. And that's not the CEOs of these companies, right? Uh, that's not Mark Zuckerberg. That's not Sam Altman, etc. Right? That's Ilya, Jan LeCun, Mira Mirati, like a lot, like all of the again like the ancillary people that are actually deep within the research are going all this same path, right? And they're all like making this same decision overall. And then so to me, the first question that I would ask, like rather than asking like why don't you work for like Meta or like etc., like why are all of these people making that exact opposite decision? Like all of these people, right? And it's like the big there's a big concept around this that I've been talking about on this channel like for years now overall, right? And which is that like uh, I'll call it like a love hate relationship with Amazon overall is the best way that I can frame that, right? Like to me, like Amazon is like the epitome of the evil empire, like kind of like the bottom line of how I like look at them overall, but they got that way by doing everything right, right? And then within that, like the big thing, like Jeff Bezos for years, the question that he asked himself when the internet came out was what exactly like what is the uniqueness, like the unique thing that the internet does better than retail stores. And then he narrowed it down that it was selection, right? That like um, an online store could have 100,000 books, which no sort of physical store would be able to compete with. And he was able to hone in on that very specifically, right? And then that's what propelled Amazon. And then so 25 plus years later, 30 years later, we have we'll call it a similar situation where you have people like so for me personally, like I was personally like a little bit too young for the .com boom, right? Like I missed out. Like I was still like a teenager, and then so like oh like prior to like everything prior to the .com bust was like not part of anything that I actually experienced, right? And then so to me, all I know is like, firsthand is like essentially is that post bust period. But I get to um, analyze, look back on it, etc. Right, and then within that lens from 30 years back and looking at it from uh, all of the accumulated knowledge that has come into that picture. To me, the way that I see it is that there won't be like one singular Amazon that will come out of that equation, because everyone at this point understands that that's the equation, right? But everyone understands that that's the equation, and the people that understand this equation the most are going the exact opposite direction of the direction that you're thinking of, right? Like they're leaving these big companies And then so again, the question that to me you should be asking, that people should be asking within that is like, why exactly is that the case? Like, what exactly are they seeing within that? And it goes back again to that Amazon aspect, right? Like, what is the unique difference between AI and the internet? Is like that new question overall, and what makes it unique. And then so to me, the uniqueness is that AI operates in in half the ways the exact opposite of software, but I think like that equation is muddled enough in and of itself that it makes it hard for people to understand uh, that that's the uniqueness within it, right? Like so, like saying now that the uniqueness of the internet compared to physical retail stores is the selection and everything that comes along with that. That's just like that's known, right? Like I'm not saying anything that anyone on the planet doesn't know at this point within that. But if I was making this exact statement in 1994, like no one would actually like buy it, right? Like there would be pushback to this statement overall. Like and like people would have criticisms and find criticisms within that statement. It wouldn't be the statement that it is today, right? It wouldn't be a known within this. And then so that question when it comes to AI is that same concept overall, right? Like what is the unique differentiator within AI? Well, like 30 years from now, we'll all say, well, it was exactly what it is. But today, it's that big question. And then, but what to me, it's not a big question, right? And then that's what I want to get at within this is so all of these people that know this equation, understand this equation, and actually understand how the technology works, they're doing the exact opposite move that you are all expecting, basically, is the simplest way that I can put that, right? They're all going towards small companies, independent startups, and then leaving Meta, leaving Amazon, etc. Right? Like the exact opposite within that. And then to me, personally, like that decision boils down to two things. Like one is just a complete mapping overall of the equation and how it breaks down, and just following that unique aspect and that unique element within it, and following that unique aspect and that unique element within it, being meta is actually a disadvantage when it comes to AI. Being meta compared to Jan LeCun when it comes to AI is a disadvantage, right? Like when it comes to AI overall, like Jan LeCun is a stronger asset than Meta is inherently, and like Meta's worth a bajillion dollars more than Jan LeCun is, but when we're narrowing it down to AI specifically, this is the better and the bigger asset than this is, right? And then so that goes into that the part of the equation that people don't understand within this is that like once you understand it and you peel back all of the layers within it, the major differentiator within this isn't size, isn't just throwing money at it, right? And then that's where everyone struggles within this equation, is because everyone thinks it's going to, and everyone thinks around that aspect of size and money, and just throwing money at the equation is what matters. But it's all a matter of research and being on that side that is what drives it overall, right? So then like it's one, just a matter of reading that equation and understanding it, and then two, it's a matter of simple economics within this equation. I don't think that people understand that aspect of it overall, right? If you give me the flat out choice, my choice is to work for Meta or to work for my own independent startup. All things, like everything within that is 100% equal. I'm going to choose the independent startup all day, every day of the week over Meta, right? And it's like me and anyone in this that would be in that position, Jan LeCun, except like every no matter who it is, right? They've all been in that situation where, and that I've worked for I've worked directly for 3 out of the big five, and worked with all 5 out of the big five, and probably 20 out of 50 of the top tech companies in the world at some point or another, right? Just how that goes. I don't need or want that overall, and it's actually it's undesirable to me, the exact opposite of desirable for a lot of reasons within overall, right? A lot of people don't miss that aspect of it, right? There's a freedom is worth more than how much money you have in the bank. That's the best way that I can put that overall, right? And you sacrifice a lot just to say that you work for Meta, just to work for Meta. Even Jan LeCun is subject to that equation, right? And overall, and so overall, these are just kind of the overall bottom line thoughts within this for me and to me. And then so within this, I just want to end this video by saying that I realized that a lot of my recent videos have been less about diving deep into coding and the research aspects. That was because last week I didn't have my computer overall, which made it a lot more difficult. And then this week it's just been honestly one of the most difficult weeks of my life overall. But also one of the best, one of the most roller coaster weeks of my life overall. It's the best way that I can put that. It's good and bad, but so that's life, right? And that's how it goes. But so within that, it's a long way of saying that I'll definitely within the next few videos that I put out focus a lot more on the actual research and give you guys some tangible cool notebooks in the next upcoming videos. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.